Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and we are back for the first time in a long while with an episode of Block Fortress, specifically a weapon review. And it took me a little bit to figure out which weapon we are going to be reviewing today, but after looking around, I believe I had I'd finished in the last episode the plasma rifle. And, oh shoot, now I'm forgetting which weapon we already have. So, I'm just going to go ahead and pick a random one. I don't believe I've touched on the grenade launcher, though something tells me I probably have. I don't think I have done this, so we're going to go ahead and review the grenade launcher. Oh, and if I do sound a bit different, that's because I'm using the microphone off of my laptop instead of off of a headset, as when I wanted to add some music to it, my capture card wasn't picking up the sound, so I'm just going to use the microphone on my laptop to pick up the sound, and hopefully it'll pick up the sound off my capture, or not off the off the music that I've chosen for the combat section of this video. Anyways, so taking a look at the grenade launcher, it lobs grenades with a large blast radius. I believe I don't have a damage modifier on, so the damage is 50 to 60. Has a range of 20 blocks, AoE of 5 blocks, medium armor piercing. I think that's actually normally low armor piercing because I do have a mod there. Sorry about that. My dog appears to be barking, which means people are coming in soon. I'm hoping to have this fixed up. Maybe he added a noise gate so that it blocks out all the background noise. Anyways, I also have 4 reloading mods, and I believe, if I'm correct, each reloading mod, it has been a while since I've done this, as you can tell. Each reload mod decreases the weapon's reload speed by 15%. So obviously with 4, I'm sitting at a 60% speed reduction. I believe it's around 10 seconds, if memory, no, maybe not quite 10 seconds. I think a little bit over 10. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it has that for reload time. Its rate of fire is 2 per second and has an ammo capacity of 8. And how this weapon fires is, as suggested, it lobs it in an arc, which means you could do some really, really crazy stuff with this weapon. And, well, crazy stuff, we're going to go ahead and demonstrate. Now, which world was I using? I had both of these because I'm trying to just remember. I think this one would be a good one to have it for. Yes, I don't currently have it equipped. This was the one I was doing my power hammer build for to see if it was actually any good. So let's go ahead and... I do apologize for this music in the background. My dog apparently is being a little naughty. I'll have this all fixed up before next episode. Alrighty, so without further ado, let's get started. I think the music sound level is pretty good, but as you can see, it does fire in a bit of an arc, and if I fire it all the way up in the air, it will come down. Which means you can do some pretty crazy things. It doesn't go exactly to where your cursor is, so you do have to aim a little bit lower if you want to get things that are closer up. And I decided to take the reload speed because I figured that was much better for a weapon of this kind of power, but you're not going to go with the heavy machine gun, which also, in my opinion, is a really, really good starter weapon to have, then the grenade launcher is also a really good choice. I don't have any statistics pulled up with regards to this weapon, but this is a really good second choice, as you can hit just about anywhere. The only really downside of this is the initial reload time and the limited ammo capacity, but this is an all-around really good weapon. And I'm sorry, I gotta clear my throat for a second. Also, the downside about not using a mic is I can't just silence that out. But yeah, as you can see, I've been just able to stand here and just open fire on everyone, and that comes into sight. Alright, come on. Not quite getting too much luck with this. Like a lot of the turrets in this game, or a lot of the blocks, you can use it to start destroying terrain. It does deal quite a bit of damage to that. And essentially, if you can get most of your enemies within the center block, they're likely going to die. So, I'm going to go ahead and throw this on a bit of a harder difficulty. I'm debating actually having just music playing throughout the entire thing. So, what is PHB? Oh, that's Power Hammer build. So, I think I can go ahead and play this on here. I do have some turrets, but they do come from quite a few different directions. And currently I have... Oh, that's my power sword build. Never mind. I also have heavy plasma in here as well. I've tried quite a few things out. But now you'll see what, with just a little bit of combination from a few different choices. So that when you do eventually make it to the end, it's just also very rewarding. And that when you make it to the end of 2 minutes, you're instead of going, well, that took forever, in the back of your mind you're thinking, oh my. No, wait, that's the other way around. No, you're actually very happy to see it. Oh, good. Music actually ran out at about that point. So let's go ahead and go to the upgrade screen. Let's see here. So, here we are. I don't quite remember. I'm pretty sure you can get quite a few different mods. You know, how much did a armor piercer round cost? I'm gonna look on the, I think heavy plasma. Oh, heavy plasma is another one that I have that for, but range, reload, armor piercer, 3 green. Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and delete that one for now. I will be putting it back on there. Yes. So with this weapon, you can get range, damage, AoE, rate of fire, armor piercing, ammo, reload, and tactical light. Obviously, as I preach to the crowd every time I make these videos, tactical light, I think, is a very worthless upgrade. Do not even touch this upgrade. Range mod, you don't really need more range with this. This is one of the very few weapons where you can customize the range, and it's all thanks to the lobbing mechanic. All you would have to do is just point the screen up a little more to get it to go a little bit further, point it down so that it maybe fires in front of you, and it's definitely something you can control, whether your enemies come towards you or get pushed and sent back away from you. Damage mod. Damage for most weapons is honestly just a really good choice in general. This is another weapon that would benefit from damage mod, but it does already start with a high damage to begin with, so maybe as some of your final mods that you decide to put on this weapon after you upgrade all the mod slots, would you consider getting damage? I would probably, honestly, an 100% damage increase would not be the end of the world for this to start off, but I definitely think you should focus on other mods before getting damage. Area of effect, I've never really found area of effect to be very worrying with this. I'm more trying to shoot, hit the middle, and then obviously things closer to the outside take less and less damage as you go out, as you get further away from the blast. I'm normally just trying to shoot it at an individual, and if it happens to bounce a bunch of people out, that's great. I more look for the bounce effect, so if the area of effect rate hit mod increases that, then I would consider getting that. However, it is only by 0.5 blocks, so in order to make it worth my time, I would have to put it on 2. I would want it that entire extra block radius, maybe even in an extra 0.5 after that, so that's 3 of your mod slots. Not quite sure what to think about area of effect mod as a general theme. I'd say go ahead and go for it if you're looking to just to get more of an area of effect damage, but on a personal scale, you don't really need it. You can definitely do some really cool things with it, especially if you plan on just popping it behind a couple of Goblocks and sending them forward into the range of your turrets, but honestly, with a lot of the range on the turrets already, you don't really need that. I would use it more to bounce them backwards, and I don't think it increases how far back they get bounced. So I wouldn't go near AoE mods unless you know you have the slots to put 2 of them on. Rate of fire increases the rate of fire by 20%. If you want to go ahead and equip this, you're also better off, and this is going to be kind of together, you're also better off in getting some ammo mods with that hit rate of fire, just so that you can really fire quickly. You have some extra ammunition, say 50% extra ammo, so 12 shots firing at, say, an extra 40 to 60%, and with it already being a rate of fire of 2 seconds, it'll definitely decrease that down. You can just pop enemies more and more back. Actually, another thing that I thought you could use with this weapon is the gravity gun, which we'll cover that in a later episode, and I'll say why later down the road. But gravity gun's more of a support weapon. This, you have the grenade launcher has potential to be both a support and offensive weapon. Support being trying to knock all the Goblocks around, and and a damage weapon, as in it deals quite a bit of damage for its cost. But yeah, rate of fire, ammo, and even reload, if you really want to maximize that, go all hand in hand. As a matter of fact, one such weapon path choice would be you do rate of fire. I think you do 2 to 3 of those. You would do definitely all 5 reloads, 2 damage dealing mods, and some ammo mods. And that might be the route that I choose with this weapon when I eventually start doing a gameplay of this. Armor Piercer. Oh yeah, I would also have to add an Armor Piercer onto this as well. Increases the weapon's armor piercing by 20%. Obviously, it was enough to keep it from low to medium. With some, honestly, combining this with laser, and you don't really need that many armor piercing, I would only recommend really going one at most. Ammo, we already talked about, sort of, and reload. It is never a bad thing to have a quicker reload time. The only thing that it sucks with is in the case of both of your plasma weapons. At least the plasma, not plasma launcher. That would be pretty insane, though. I would love a weapon that just launches balls of plasma in the air, similar to the grenade launcher. But the plasma pistol and the plasma rifle. That's the only two weapons that the reload mod sucks with. And in case you don't happen to remember, that is because these weapons have an energy core mod, and what the energy core mod does is completely kills the reload time. It does cost quite a bit, but in exchange, you're not having to wait for reload time. So this is completely on your rate of fire after that point. But anyways, like I said, reload, always a great thing to go for. And again, tactical light. Why is this even a mod? Most of the time when you're using these weapons, you're just point and shooting, and with some weapons, like the machine guns, you're just holding down the trigger button and slowly panning your camera across, some cases really quickly, because you can kill enemies with a few quick shots. So there's no real need for a tactical light. This is another weapon that does not need a tactical light. As a matter of fact, there is only one weapon in the game that I would say could possibly benefit from a tactical light, but even so, that is a very, very niche situation. Anyways, that's going to conclude today's episode. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you really enjoyed. If you're enjoying my reviews series on the Block Fortress weapons, turrets, etc., definitely stay tuned, as I'm hoping within a few weeks to maybe start with some gameplay as soon as I get a few more of the weapons reviewed. And, well, I really don't know where I was going with that point. So, until next time, take it easy.